Oh, wow. Okay. So, hey, y'all, it's the party with Charlie, and it's my turn to take over. So, it says I'm live. Um, I don't know. We're going to do the chat with Charlie. Let's see what we got going on here. It is broadcasting everywhere. This is so exciting. So, here as the community CEO, I get to take over all of their virtual platforms. So, you should be seeing me on Facebook and YouTube and all the things. But I wanted to talk about what is the party with Charlie? What does that look like? And I know I asked the questions today. It looks like I have a couple of great questions. One, so let's talk about what is the party with Charlie? Well, Party with Charlie is part of the Pure Romance partners. So I'm a partner with Pure Romance, and we have the best in bathroom, bedroom, bath beauty accessories. We've recently decided that sexy isn't something that just happens all night, it is all day. But I also want to educate um, and empower women at virtual and in home parties. And that was one of the questions we're going to get to tonight. But the big part of the party with Charlie is you are a party to your life, right? And I just want to bring some excitement and a party to that. So when you think about I made it sound like CHARLI, which is my nickname. So a party with Charlie was the catchy phrase, but let's talk about it. We are all a party to our life, whether it's good, bad, and indifferent. You are a party to your life. I mean, even when you go to court, they're like, the parties are. So it's always a party. So for me, I want to party with you at all aspects of your life. Just with the Party with Charlie of Pure Romance, we're focusing on your sexual health, sexual wellness, but more importantly, that self care is general health care and that your sexual wellness and who you are as a woman. I'm just saying, even in court, like all your legal proceedings, when you think about something, they say the parties are the party. And I'm like, well, I mean, I want to be in all aspects of your life. I want you to get up in the morning and take brain boost and start your day thinking clearly. And then I want you to close the night out with our uncovered skincare line and put on our euphoria pajamas. Like we have you covered. And then, of course, if you are a couple, and you want to do all the things, then I want you to definitely be using our bedroom accessories solo and with a partner. And I'm going to say with a partner because I like to keep married people married, single people safe, and everybody sexually exploring the fact that you should have fun, not a copay. Let's play without copays. Okay. So that's the part of it. But a couple of questions that I asked today when asking about the party with Charlie was I completely asked the question of if you could ask me anything about my business, about pure romance, about, I don't know. I said, ask me anything, right? So, first, the questions I got was, am I still doing virtual parties and what do they consist of? So, yes, I still do virtual parties. The most popular right now is a Zoom party, which means I come into a space similar to this one. My virtual home today is kind of airy, got keyboards and music and a grand piano. That baby grand is nice. In my real life, I have a baby grand in my mind, but it's a virtual space similar to this where you invite me into your virtual space, a safe space for women over the age of 18. And we're going to talk about everything in my catalog from the bath and beauty to the bedroom accessories. And if you like all shades of gray, we have furry cuffs and tickles and teasing. So it's all the things. And in a virtual party, it's no different than I would present it in person. I need women over the age of 18. That means presenting as a woman. And I also need you to understand that your children cannot be present, cannot be on the premises at all. So it's a girls' night in a virtual space, just like it is if I'm in your personal or a venue. But we're going to talk about all the things that have to deal with. Um, I think one of the questions also mentioned getting your groove back, and I'm going to touch on that in a little bit. But Virtual parties is somewhere to have fun and that you can play without a copay. And we're going to talk about all the things from why you won't need a gown when you go to the OB-GYN or the OBGYN or however you say it, you should be going. That you won't need the gown afterwards. We're just going to give you one pump of it just like me and it re-wets. Yep, I said it, re-wets. So I'm still trying to keep this PG because on all the social media platforms, I don't want to dive deep into anything that someone's kid could walk by and hear. And it's the same thing with the virtual party. So if you want a virtual party and you want to talk about how to have fun and talk about everything in the catalog from bathroom accessories to, simple things like, here we go, simple things like brain boost. Like this is the brain boost I was talking about. So this is, let me see, can I do this? This is how they do it if I was a real influencer, right? But this is a brain boost and I just knocked it out of my hand because that's also what happens with the Party with Charli. Life, life happens. I do all the klutzy things to let you know I'm a mess, just like you. Some days I'm on my game, some days I'm not. But the brain boost definitely helps me. So a couple of those in the morning, and it's going to give you clarity. It's got L-theanine. I always practice this stuff, but if you know me, you know that I'm just gonna give it to you straight, no chaser. So, ginkgo biloba, that's the key in this for me. It helps me remember things. It helps me get my life together, but it's a brain healthy boost. And you thought I was just gonna talk about toys, not so much. And then we've got the other question was, what do I offer beyond a typical PR product? So here is a myth buster. 80% of what I do has nothing to do with the 20% of toys. I know it's sad. I'm not walking around giving out good vibes in the form of a toy all day, but I am giving out good vibes in the form of I'm going to tell you how to feel good, smell good, look good. And if you know, like I know, if your vagina and your penis, and I can say those words, if they are happy, most of the time you're happy. But if you don't know how to keep them happy, I think the question was, here we go. What do you offer? And I'm gonna put all of these three things together. So we had, what's a typical PR product? I just told you. Bath, bed, those are not typical products for us. Everyone thinks toys, accessories. Like I'm walking around buzzing all day. And yes, I still will correct you if you call me the dildo lady. Just saying. I'm not above it. I will bring them up all the time, but I would prefer if we all use the proper terms or just not say certain things because we don't know who our company is and who's listening. And we want to be respectful that some people might be offended, especially for romance partners who are not focused on the toys. So if you want to call me the dildo lady, we should at least be close enough to do so. And then understand what that is, because that's not the one that vibrates. But if you came to my Party with Charli, you would be educated on what exactly is a vibrator, what exactly is a dildo, a dilator, and of course, there's anal play. I don't play that way, but I can tell you how to. Just saying. And you see how I said that? And I didn't have to, go there, but you knew exactly what I was talking about. That's what the party is like. I want you to be educated that this is your body, this is your life. I want to give you permission to play without copays, judgment, all the things. Let's be real. We spend half of our lives trying to be adult and doing adult things, and then we spend the other half of our life, once we get there, not knowing how to talk about it properly. That sounds insane. It really does just sound insane. So I'm trying to keep my eye on the questions and comments that are coming through. I can only see them on StreamYard. I would like to say I'm multitasking today, but I'm not. So what makes me uniquely different? Well, I'm going to educate you on why you want all those good vibes and you don't need a toy to do it. I'm going to educate you as to why men can be involved with a consultation, our toys. We have a line for you. We just can't have you at the parties because I don't want to talk to Jill in front of John about someone else's Paul. Just I don't want to. And I want people and women to feel comfortable, and that is not our policy. So there are places and spaces that you can do that, but it's just not a Party with Charli. The other part that is very interesting and uniquely about what I do, hey, I'm just saying, and it's funny, but it's true. Because I'm not talking about my Jen in front of a Paul with a John. Nope, not doing that. It's not. No. Okay. I don't even want to talk to my OB guy about certain things. So let's just be honest. Nothing's off limits. There is no judgment. But I am picky about who I pass it out to. Just saying. Let's all be honest. So you have to be mindful of that when you do what I do. So I find a way to do it. We can all say it, and we're all going to be doing it in a safe space. But uniquely me, come on now, who doesn't want a party where you can talk about any and everything openly, freely, without any judgment? I think I'm still looking for certain spaces where I can talk freely about sex and people not go, did she just say that? Yeah, I said it. And my virtual background is acting wonky in this lighting. But y'all know that it's a virtual background because I'm talking about virtual parties and all the things that I'm doing. So here goes it. How do I say this? And I probably should read this, but I want to say this in a way that is very, very clear that the parties are fun because we're talking about getting it in, right? But I also want you to know that I'm not excluding anyone from the party. So men can feel free to ask me all the things. They can have consultations. I really need male product testers because I, for one, cannot use a sleeve by myself. Use it with you, with someone else, but I can't use it by myself. So I really need the guys to come in and, step up to the plate, so to speak. Hit a home run. You guys always talking about can you get to first base? Just saying. Let me help you get to first base and knock it out the park. Just not with me, but someone will let you do it. It just won't be me. I'm kind of like, the coach or something, but yeah, we're no. And that was the better way to say that without getting all the way into it. But in November, we're talking about healthier, sexier, and why I'm uniquely different is that I also talk about the health care, skincare line we have uncovered. I know I mentioned it at the top of this, and it was to talk about our lovely skincare. I don't know if y'all can see this. I know with the virtual background, I want to turn it off, but there's not a blemish in sight. My skin does not feel oily, and I've only been using it since the launch in November. The launch in November, we put out Uncovered as a skincare line. And anyone who knows me knows I don't talk about anything unless I know all about it. Oh, she's gonna make me blush and cry and act all girly. I really want to be girly, but the thing of me just won't die. So, yes, I absolutely love to educate. I'm a full time educator, training consultant in my full time job, and I prefer to be one in my career all the way around. And I appreciate and I am thankful, Yahara, Yaya, to us. Like, I'm still talking to you like normal. Yeah, that you love that about me because I want everybody to know it's okay to play. It's okay to not know how things work. It's okay to explore. It's okay to have a safe space. If you are coming in or out, need a mom, a auntie, a hug, or an ally, I am all of the things for you because I think everyone deserves the right to their own body and how to use it and know how it works. And if it ain't working right, where to go to get you the help and be able to talk about it and understand it, that you're clinically and socially aware that it's okay to not be okay. And sex doesn't have to be raunchy, doesn't have to be taboo. It can be something you could talk about, just like you're talking about oatmeal and basketball. I'm gonna tell you how to hit it, get a hit, shoot 3 pointers, do all the things, and got nothing to do with the sport. Or does it? It might be a sport. Some people think it's a sport. Some people think it's an exercise. I think it's all extracurricular. You need to be safe and make sure that not everybody's on the court. But that's just me. Just saying. That's just me. I think the funnest question I had out of the three, the third question, the topic that wanted to bring it up, because I have about 10 minutes before I'm out of your hair, because I said I was going to do this for 30 minutes, even though I could talk about our relationships and sexual health all day long. I'm pretty sure I could. Is I want people to know that I provide a profit line from mild to wild, that there is something for everyone, that I educate, empower you, and entertain you. At best, know that this is your body. This is your time. This is your thing. Sexual health is not a dirty word. And if we talk about it more, we'll have less of a me too and more of can I help you be you in a safe space. I'm not saying that we have to talk about it all the time. I just want you to be comfortable to talk about it. And then, so someone over 50 who wants to get their groove back, let me just be clear about this. And this one I'm definitely going to read. My response to that was that truly, it really depends on why your groove isn't there anymore. And it really has nothing to do with the dudes. Let's face it, at any age you can lose your groove. You might have not had any rhythm to start with. It's really more about why aren't you grooving? And then I have to ask you a series of questions to figure out what your rhythm is, what the dance is. You know, he might like soca and she likes rap. Somebody could actually be listening to a classical waltz. If you don't know why you're not grooving and you can't talk about it comfortably, then I can't make a recommendation um, safely for any of us. And then I might recommend something that you really don't need. It could be an enhancement cream. It could actually be the toy. It could simply mean that you need our in good hands, a little bit of our nourishing body lotion, maybe one of our massage oils, and you just need sensitivity and touch. I'm going to find a way to get you in tune and talking not only your love languages, but what is your love language with yourself? You know, for other people, it might be acts of service, but you might actually need touch for yourself. You might not need to have anyone else touch you. You might need to touch yourself. The biggest, the biggest muscle sexual organ we have is our brain. And if your mind is not into the situation, I don't care how hot or how many speeds, 30 vibrating octaves, it's not going to work for you. And I can't get your groove back at any age if I don't know why you stopped dancing in the first place. So I thought that question was interesting because a lot of people think, oh, after a certain age, I can tell you right now, I can distinctly remember my grandmother locking me out of the house and telling me to go next door because she was not only getting her groove back, she was creating new songs. I'm just going to say, I want to be that woman when I grow up. Grand was grand for so many different reasons. And bless her soul, I'm going to be grand when I grow up. So I don't know if there were any other questions anywhere, but I wanted to make sure that I addressed that when you have a party with Charli. Ladies, if it's a bachelorette party, gentlemen, if you have a question about our new beard oil, our vibrating sleeves, if you just want to sit and have a space and talk about how you just want to come home from work and have a conversation with your husband because you've forgotten how, or husbands, you want to be able to tell her that you would like a little whip chain and handcuff and not get cuffed by the police. I'm here for that. I'm here for all the things because we live in a space now, especially since the pandemic, that we spend a little too much time in the house looking at each other. That we've made some discoveries. The divorce rate isn't any higher or less in my sight because we were forced to stay at home together, but I think we are aware that relationships needed some work, mine included. So I'm doing the work along with other people so the party don't stop. Who wants a life without a party, without a conversation, without a touch, without all the things? Like you can be celibate and still be sensual. Those are two different things. So if you ever want to have a conversation about finding out how to be the life of your party, your life, then find me on all social media at partywithcharli.com. PARTI. WITHCHARLI, all social media platforms. Put a .com at the end if you want to go straight into the products. But please, I don't do this for money. I do this for my own education, and I want to do it with other people. And the best teachers share their knowledge. So ask me all the questions, do all of the things. I want to know how we're all having healthy relationships with ourselves, partners, and the people in our own communities, which is also why I am a community CEO. We want to offer you a place to be in the communities that we live in, an opportunity to engage with each other, and definitely, most definitely, do it all safely. So let's all keep playing without a copay into the 2022. Hopefully, I can party with you in person and or virtually. But I'm accepting all parties and answering all the questions. And again, I stayed away from products today because this is my first time coming into your homes. So the next time I take over, it might get a little risky. It might be a little bit at night because let's just face it, this took a lot out of me to stay in a safe place without getting good vibes all over the place. So with 3 minutes to spare, I know someone's surprised that I stayed on time, even though technology didn't want me to be great today. My network was acting a little crazy. And it's still kind of wonky. That is a technical term. I talked to an IT person, he said it to me too. So go back to your regularly scheduled programs, jump off of this social media, go to PartiwithCharli.com, look for something, ask me a question, do all the things. Oh no, someone's saying hi, but I can't see who's saying the hi because I'm not in that special space. Let me go. I don't even know where that hi came from. Oh no, where's the hi? I want all the highs. Let me see, can I see all the highs? Nope, that didn't help. That didn't help at all. See, I went to go look for it. Oh, look, it's Tammy. Hi, Tammy. I've got to get to Chicago. Ah, I see that now. I had to jump in. There was a bit of an audio problem, but I'm about to go. So hopefully you can catch the replay because I'm pretty sure I can stay on here all night and talk to you. And I might just stay because if I look at this, it says I've only been live for 22 minutes. So here's the thing. This timer is saying I've only been live for 22 minutes. If someone either on the Facebook or one of the platforms that's watching wants to ask me a question, I will do the other 7 minutes and 30 seconds because I promised a full 30 minutes and I don't like to disappoint because no one likes a quickie if you don't climax. So here we are for another 8 minutes and I'm going to dive in because I've now said quickie and climax and I have to dive in. Just saying. So to make sure that I asked all the questions publicly and answered them all publicly that I set out for. So let's see. I asked you to ask me anything. That was your one call to action. I also asked you to definitely check out the I'm awful, primeval. Definitely check out the catalog. Check me out on all social medias, but give yourself permission to play without a copay. If nothing else, over the next 7 minutes, if you choose to come in and watch this, I'm going to talk about how intimacy does not have to be sexual, sensual does not have to be erotic. Erotic doesn't mean that it's bad. But I can say all of those words in the presence of anyone from 8 to 80 because I'm saying it with a level of respect and decorum that we all need when we're talking about it. And once it becomes a safe place for us to talk about it, we can all do everything safely without offending, hurting, or harming someone intentionally or unintentionally. And that's where the healing begins, is where we can figure out how to have relationships, party and play, and talk about the things that we didn't want to talk about 20 years ago, or we did want to talk about 20 years ago. We just didn't know how, with people like me, pure romance partners, your sexual educators, or people who are still like me, because outside of pure romance, the Party with Charli is still who I am. I want everyone to be empowered and educated and entertained that life is something roller coasters are known for. It is the ride of your life. It's going to take you high. It's going to take you low. It's going to virtually be awful some days. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to shoot it to you straight. I was not having the best of days. And then I realized I had to go talk to y'all for like 30 minutes. There's still 5 of those left, by the way. But then I said I can talk about sex for 30 minutes without talking about sex, which is like a play on words, which, if you know me, sapiosexual, I like to be mentally stimulated. So we're going to play with the words and say all the things. I know someone is watching and blushing right now because you're like, did she just say that? I did. And I thought about saying something, and I'm going to say it because it's the last 5 minutes, and nobody's still watching 25 minutes later. I learned something today that I thought was prime evil. So I saw an article, and it said Alicia Keys wears a pussy bow dress or an outfit. And I went, what the hell is what? I can't say that word. What is a pussy bow? If you notice, it's actually a term used for a collar, those floppy collar bow ties on our dresses, lady. It's a French word. It's called La something. Not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna look it up again because I was like, what is that called? It is. This is funny to me because I looked this up and I was like, this is a thing. The true term is a pussy cat bow, or it's called a pussy bow, or a lavalie, Lavlie, with an accent of U-R-E. It's called a pussycat bow, and it's a style of neckwear associated with women's or girls' bodices. And it was also used or sometimes tied around the necks of cats and kittens. Somebody would have said pussy bow to me yesterday, day before I even had this with you. Yes, that what she put in the comments. Lavalier. Don't ask me how to say it. I took French in 8th grade, and you know, like anything else, if you don't use it, you will lose it. That also means your vagina muscles and penis muscles and all the things. So if you're not practicing what you preach, trust me, she ain't gonna work either. Saw how I slipped that in there. I'm always slipping stuff in somewhere. But okay, anyway, back to the bow, right? That was an actual name of something. Who knew? I didn't. Now you do. Now you can share that. It's a trivia fact. I don't know. Use it at a party with Charlie. We can use it as a party game. Trivia. Never know what you might get. But I thought that was very interesting. Anybody heard that before? Like, yeah, I saw you put it. Did you type it because I spelled it? Or did you know what that was? Because I didn't know what that was. Like, I literally saw that as the article and was like, oh, that's cute. But what in the... is it supposed to say that way? Was that a typo? I had to look it up. So if you knew what it was, kudos to you. I've seen them before on outfits. I didn't know what it was. But now I think I want to go buy one just so I can tell someone I'm wearing a pussy bow. Because if you know me and I say that, that's going to take so many turns. Okay, so you looked it up when you heard it too. But if you know me, that's going to be so many things. So, yeah, when you see me at the next community CEO event with a pussy bow, just know this is where it started. If you were here first, you heard it here first. That Party with Charlie has to go get a pussy bow. Not like a placebo though. This goes so many different places. This is what Party with Charlie was like. You're gonna learn something. I educated you right now. No one knew what a placebo was, right? I've talked to you about your vagina, penis, all the things, and I said it. And look how fast I said it. That you probably forgot. Didn't even understand what I said. I told you that we have hydrating body lotion, gloves, all the things. I told you uniquely why you need to party with me, and it is okay. Well, there you go. I'm also entertaining. I can make you laugh. But according to this, it is 28 minutes and 50, well, nope, 29 seconds. Wait, 29 minutes now? Okay. Either way, get about 60 more seconds with me. I hope this was entertaining. I hope you learned a little bit more about what the Party with Charlie is like, what a chat with Charlie consists of. It could be a consultation about anything relationship, sexual health, or just life related, because you are a party to your life, and I want you to be the life of your parties. So I'm going to go and turn you loose. Happy Friday, Junior. That's also something I learned today. I was always calling it Friday Eve. That's Junior better. Sounds like one of those juicy burgers from Wednesday. Okay, I'm hungry now. I got to go. This is too much. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I hope you feel educated and empowered to explore your possibilities. Thank you to the community CEOs for the opportunity to take this over. I'll be back soon. If I don't see you coming into 2022, happy holidays. I'm still a Grinch. We're not doing commercial Christmas, but you should still have a happy holiday.